Today we look at a letter sent to Padre Pio. Yet, what truly draws attention is not the sender, but a child's poem that touches one of the most profound mysteries of our faith. Stay tuned.
Ave mundi spes Maria.
Welcome to Following Padre Pio. Before we continue, we want to express our heartfelt gratitude to those who already walked this path as protected children of Padre Pio. Your quiet faithfulness is a living reminder that spiritual family is real. And perhaps this message is meeting you at a moment when your faith feels tested, when the weight you carry is known only to God. Becoming a protected child of Padre Pio is not simply about supporting this channel. It's about anchoring your own spiritual life more deeply. It's about placing your intentions, your family, and your hidden struggles under his spiritual care and protection. Your name and intentions are remembered in regular holy masses. A blessed image of Saint Padre Pio and a certificate mark your place within this prayer family. You don't have to walk alone. Take that step today. Join us through the link below. Today I've chosen to share something a little different. Usually, once a month, I like to share a bit of Padre Pio's spiritual wisdom found in his letters. But today I would like to share with you a letter that Padre Pio himself received. Well, actually, I would like to share part of a letter, a poem that Father Agostino sent to Padre Pio. It comes from the book Padre Pio of Pietrelcina, Letters, Volume 1. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, Father Agostino is a name you've probably heard me mention several times over the years. He was Padre Pio's spiritual director, mentor, and one of his closest lifelong friends. And in this particular letter, Father Agostino shares something he thought Padre Pio would appreciate, a poem in praise of the Immaculate Virgin Mary. But here's the detail that immediately caught my attention. The poem wasn't written by a famous theologian or a priest or even a published poet. It was written by an 11-year-old child from Ariano Irpino. And since we're now in a month dedicated to the Immaculate Heart of Mary, I thought this would be particularly fitting. So without further ado, here's the poem that Father Agostino wanted Padre Pio to read. I am the true mother of a God who is a son. I am his daughter, although his mother. From the beginning he was, yet he is my son. I was born in time, I am his mother. He is my creator and my son. I am his creature and his mother. It was a great marvel for him to be my son, for an eternal God to have me as a mother. Almost the same being have mother and son, for the son gave being to his mother, and the mother gave being to her son. Now, if the mother received her being from the son, we must either say that the son was blemished, or else that the mother was without blemish. And with that, the poem ends. Now, before saying anything else, I have to admit, if you had simply read this poem to me without any context, I never would have guessed it was written by an 11-year-old child. It almost feels like a theological puzzle. At first, the lines seem to contradict themselves. How can Mary be the mother of God, but also his daughter? How can God be her creator, yet also her son? But that's precisely the mystery the child is contemplating. Because Christianity is full of these beautiful paradoxes that force us to think beyond ordinary human categories. Mary is, of course, the mother of God because she gave birth to Jesus Christ, who is truly God. Yet she is also his daughter because, like every creature, she was created by him and receives everything from him. And I especially like how the poem slowly builds towards its conclusion. It begins with wonder, but then it arrives at this. If the mother received her being from the son, we must either say that the son was blemished, or else that the mother was without blemish. In other words, if Jesus is all holy, would he prepare for himself a mother stained by sin? The answer, of course, is no. And I think this is what I appreciate most about the poem. It isn't trying to prove something through theological explanations. It's simply contemplating the relationship between Jesus and his mother. I think we can sometimes become so accustomed to hearing titles like Immaculate Conception or Mother of God that we forget how extraordinary they truly are. But this child didn't forget. He stopped and marveled at them. And perhaps that's one of the reasons Father Agostino was so eager to share this with Padre Pio, because both of them had a tremendous love for Our Lady. They understood that devotion to Mary isn't about placing her above Christ. It's about understanding who Christ is and what he chose to do. Because every Marian devotion ultimately leads us back to Jesus. And maybe that is a fitting reflection for this month dedicated to the Immaculate Heart of Mary. We don't honor Mary's heart because it is separate from Jesus, but because it was the heart most perfectly united to his. Thank you for spending this time with us today. If this video touched your heart, please subscribe and continue journeying with us through the spiritual legacy of Padre Pio. And if you feel called to become part of our prayer family as a protected child of Padre Pio, you'll find the link below. May Our Lady and Padre Pio bless you.